Thanks, guys. How cool is this drum? Like, it's pretty awesome. So guys, you know, if you've been here for a while, you know that room is called the NPR. So we're officially changing the name. It's called the Garage. So guys, from now on, if you're talking about it, talk about it the Garage, right? So tonight, as Caitlin said, I'm going to talk about dreams. And just to follow your dreams. It's going to be hopefully a little inspiring and hopefully just a little challenging at the same time, because for me it's a dream come true to actually be here and help lead you guys alongside Caitlin and Mel, and it's an absolute privilege as well. So more importantly, when you think of dreams and you think of actually acting them out and taking that step to make them a reality, I think there's three steps. Three steps for me personally. The number one is dreaming. You got to dream. I think if we're not dreaming, then what are we really doing? You're just living a pretty stale life, I think. You got to dream. You know, when you're a kid and you have those like incredible dreams of like wanting to be a firefighter or wanting to be a nurse or something along those lines, or for some boys it's a sports person, or some girls, depending who you are. And for me, growing up, I wanted to be a footy player, and then came to the realisation that I wasn't any good, so I stopped that dream pretty quickly. But before I dive deep into what I'm going to share with you guys, the next two steps are speaking and doing, and I'm going to get into those a little bit later. But I want to share with you first a verse from Jeremiah 4:12. And it says, "For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you hope and a future." Now, for me, after that dream of wanting to be a footy player just crashed and burned, I was on a youth camp and I was around 12 years old. And this youth camp, it was a decent sized camp. It was around 700 young people plus, and like one of the best camps I've ever been on. And it was back at my old church, we did week-long camps. So you do like a morning rally, which is like this, but in the morning, and you're all dead and drained. And then you go into the night session, do some games and free time in between, and it's one of the best weeks ever. Now this specific night, people were giving their testimonies. They were giving out prophetic words and prophetic images as well. And 6 people that night came up to me and gave me a prophetic word. Well, multiple words. They told me that I was going to either be a youth pastor or be working with young people. And I was like, yeah, I'm 12. Probably not. I'm going to be doing something else. I'll go and be a physio or something. Or I'll go be a PE teacher. But then something clicked that night, and we had eight people share their testimony that night, and all of them revolved around either suicide, drug addiction, bullying, or something along those lines. And this broke my heart because one of them attempted suicide themselves. Another one witnessed their friend kill themselves. And it was very heavy for me at 12 years old to hear that. And I was just like, damn, like, what the heck's going on in our world? And to this day, those numbers keep increasing every single day. And for me, my heart just kept breaking as I went through school and ended up getting to year 12. And I was just like, fire, I want to do something with it. So I applied to a couple of Bible colleges. And you guys know ATARs, right? Yeah. So mine was lower than the temperature that day. So the temperature was 33 degrees. I got a 32.5 ATAR. So obviously this didn't go so well with all the Bible colleges that I applied to. And they were like, nah, you're not very good at work. Not very good at studying, writing, anything. I was like, look, fair enough. I wasn't the best. I chose 2 folio subjects in year 12, and yeah, PE and religion, and then English because I had to. So I was like, look, I didn't really set myself up for a great score, but I had fun during year 12. Now, once I got to year 12 and those dreams kind of came crashing down the first time and I didn't get accepted, and then a week later, after crying and just feeling so lost and not knowing what to do, I got a call from one of the colleges that turned me down originally, and they actually asked me to come back. And I was like, at first I was like, look, you just turned me down. Like, come on, surely I have more pride than that. Just to rock up and be like, yeah, it's the second time I've been turned down by a college. And then, yeah, got accepted, and I was like, no, I'm not going back. But then I prayed about it and was just like, nah, I've got to do this if I want that dream to come true. Now that's step number 1, dreaming. Do you guys have dreams still? Do you have dreams? Good dreams, bad dreams? Yeah. Some bad dreams when you're just like laying there and you start falling and you're like, ah. They're the weird ones. Now, this dream for me started pretty small in that when I was 12 years old. But then as I grew up and kept going through year 12 and then got that ATAR, then got into Bible college in the end, I was like, okay, I'm going to do this, but I'm going to give it my best shot. But I needed to speak to people about it before I actually really fully committed myself. And I only fully committed myself maybe in the halfway through the second year of my course. I got into a Bachelor of Ministry, which would get me a Bachelor of Ministry, which really doesn't mean a lot. So I was kind of just studying the Bible, which was fun and it's great, but for me, I don't take in information very well. So I just went in one ear and out the other. But as I started speaking to people and telling them my dream with this step 2 of speaking it out, I was like, this is huge. This is something that I'm called to do by God. I was speaking it out to the right people. So to my family, a couple of my close friends, because I spoke it out to a couple of other friends and they told me I was an idiot for trying it and it'd be crazy. And I went to a Christian school, so they were like, I was like, oh, are you actually a Christian? They were nice people, but didn't believe in me. And I spoke to my mentor and my youth pastor at the time as well. Now, the more people you tell, the more people that are going to keep asking you about it and keep you accountable on it. And I found this pretty awesome because I wasn't very good at studying and not good at learning. I tended to give up every 2 months. I went through this cycle where I was like, no, I can't do it anymore. I'll go work full-time at Coles or Woolworths. Actually, no, not Woolworths. Coles is better. But then they just kept keeping me accountable. Keep asking me, how you going? And I was like, not very well. I passed one subject by 0.1%. I was like, yeah, amen. But as I was speaking to them, they were like, no, you just got to keep doing it. Keep doing it. And it kept referring me back to my favourite brand. I wear them all the time, Nike. Just do it. And yes, it's easier said than done when you're dreaming and then you speak it out to someone and then you've got to go and do it. And I found that during high school that I was like, oh, I can't do it now, I've got to wait. I've got to keep pushing it back. Got to wait till year 12. But then as I was speaking to people, they were like, nah, you got to just do it now. Go into your youth ministry, go into the community and help out, do whatever you can to get this dream to the next level. Get it to being that reality and doing it. Now, when I was speaking to the wrong people, they were telling me I was crazy. And like Nike say, they have this ad that came up a while ago And it said, if people tell you that your dreams are crazy, let them. Because calling your dream crazy isn't an insult, it's a compliment. So don't ask someone if your dream is crazy, ask them if your dream is crazy enough. I was like, damn, that's good. Like people doubting you, and you go, nah, it's not a crazy dream. It's obviously not crazy enough if you're doubting me. And I felt when I first saw that ad, it hit me like a ton of bricks, because I was in that doubt because people were telling me I was crazy for trying it and talking about it. I wanted to change the world because that's what I want to do. I want to change the generation that's coming up, because suicide is getting worse and worse every single year. Because bullying is one of the worst things in a school, whether cyber or in person. I was bullied. I know that from experience. But you know, the dream wasn't crazy enough. So I'm still dreaming bigger. I'm going further and further every day. Kaylee and I have some random discussions about how big we can make youth. Whether this youth or multiple youths together, and make something incredible and change the next generation, and not just revolve it around the Bible, but revolve it around life and bring life back into church. So I want to ask you guys, are you listening to God and His plan for you, God's plan? Or are you listening to those doubters, those haters? Are you going to block them out and tell them, nah, you're telling me my dreams are crazy, they're not crazy enough. I need to go bigger. In a minute, we're going to go into our connect groups or even just small groups around you, and you're going to facilitate some questions, and your leaders have those. But it's about what your dreams are, and then how you're going to speak that out. What people are you going to get around you? So I want you guys to follow your dreams. I had people around me that helped me follow mine, and I'm literally living it right now. Literally living it. And I am the happiest I've ever been, because I'm living that dream, and it's not because of myself, but it's because God put people around me to really lift that up. So I want you to think, just right now, sit there, close your eyes if you need to, and think about that dream that maybe you have to go back a few years to when you're a bit younger. Think about that dream that people told you were crazy to dream of. That one thing that everyone goes, nah, you can't do that. You're not good enough. You're terrible at that. Don't even try it. Just think about that for a second. You know, the devil is going to try and attack your dreams. Those ones that you're thinking about right now. It's going to try and pull you down. He did that to me. When I got that ATAR, the first step was the ATAR. He was like, nah, you're crap. You're an idiot. You suck at school. Can't do anything. The next one is him going, oh no, not even going to accept you into a Bible college. Even if some of them don't actually accept ATARs. Because you're not good enough. You're not good enough to do that. And he's going to keep bringing you down. But you've got to turn back to Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. All of you have a future. Every single one of you, no matter what situation you are in right now, you have a future. And your dreams are the start of that future. So leaders, I want you to hop up right now and just spread yourselves around the room.
Hey guys, really hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you so much for watching. If you liked it, please leave a comment down below and tell us what you thought, and also give it a like and put that bell notification on because there's heaps more videos coming your way. So if you did like it and enjoyed what you see, please go check out our Instagram and Facebook, links are down below, and also get in contact with us if you would like to know more information about what goes on at Bayside Youth. So guys, hopefully we see you at Youth on Friday night, but if not, we'll see you in the next video. Peace.